Humaidan-Zayed.
Hi, everyone. My name is Dr. Linda. Thank you so much for the introduction. I will be talking today about air quality, so I'm going to go ahead and share my screen really quick. Let's see, where's the share button? Oh, okay. Can everybody see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So today's presentation is What is in the Air? It's going to be on air quality and a smoke-free environment. We're going to go over some objectives and what we're going to be talking about today. And currently, I am at the University of Illinois College of Medicine Center for Global Health, where I'm a senior research specialist, and I serve as a community health researcher, global medicine mentor, and public health educator. Thank you very much for having me today, and thank you so much for the introduction as well. So today's learning objectives are, we will be talking about air quality in different areas, including Ontario, Canada. We're going to be talking about what contributes to good or bad air quality, including smoking, how poor air quality can affect our health, and ways to implement smoke-free environmental measures for yourself and through community advocacy as well. Then, if anybody has any questions, I'll give some time for that. Okay, so how does the air quality in different areas look like in Canada? Well, in Canada, in general, the air quality is actually very good, except for certain reasons, such as Toronto and Montreal. These regions experience localized issues, such as pollution from wildfires that has affected air quality in other surrounding areas as well. And air quality is actually measured by something called the Local Air Quality Health Index, which provides a local assessment of the air quality ranging from 1 to 10. 1 being low risk or good air quality, and 10 and above being high risk or a bad air quality. So, for example, Quebec is one of those areas in Canada where they have a local air quality health index of 1 to 2, meaning that the air quality is very good in that region. So, in general, we could say that Canada has good air quality, except for certain areas. Due to certain factors, which we will talk about in a little bit. But I did want to share and show you the local air quality health index and how that looks. So give me just 1 second. If you go on Google here, you could actually look up air quality in Canada. And this is a map that tells you where good air quality is. So you see in these areas of Canada, green is pretty good, right? It tells you the cleanest city, it tells you the most populated city. British Columbia being the cleanest and Alberta being the most populated. And here it tells you, you see a little fire here, red. This is unhealthy right here. This is unhealthy. These orange areas are unhealthy for sensitive groups, right? The green and means good and yellow means moderate. So this is map. It's just a good way of, oops, it doesn't want to go down. It's a good way of visualizing the air quality that's in your region. Okay. Now back to the presentation. So yeah, this is the local air health quality index and how that looks like. And then here, in real time, you could also see the air quality index visual map, which is another map that can be used, and I will show you this as well, that can be used, goodness, to also assess the air quality as well. Okay. And here it is. This is air pollution in Canada. This is in real time. So this is happening now. And as you can see, if you scroll down, Okay, you can also see the United States as well, which is interesting. But this is Canada and this is the United States. And this is the real-time air quality index visual map. And if you move the hand in different places, it'll tell you, like, well, this is Montana, USA. Let me go back up to Canada. But it tells you, like Ontario, Canada, the Thunder Bay area, it has good air quality, right? This was updated 10 minutes ago. So this is also another great resource to check the air quality in your region as well. I don't know why it keeps doing that. I apologize. Okay. I apologize. I don't even know where I don't know where my PowerPoint went. Okay, there we go. My apologies. But these two resources are a great way to view the air quality index visual map. So, how does the air quality look like in Canada, right? In Ontario, Canada specifically, because I know that's where, Victoria is, Dr. Victoria, and a lot of you all are probably watching from that region. The air quality in Ontario, Canada is actually considered pretty good. It has a air quality health index of 2, which we said poses a low risk. 1 to 2 is very good, low risk. And this means that it is ideal for outdoor activities. Wildfire smoke can sometimes impact air quality, especially in Canada. And we'll talk about wildfire smoke in a minute, but it's actually one of the biggest factors contributing to bad air quality in Canada. And we even get some of your air quality from the smoke fire here in the US. People a year die as a result of the effects of secondhand smoking. And there are people who have gotten cancer and gotten a lot of health issues because of secondhand smoke. There is no safe level of exposure to secondhand smoke because you're breathing in all of those chemical compounds. Secondhand smoke exposure it can cause coronary disease, stroke, lung cancer, reproductive issues in women, right? In infants and children, it can cause a lot of ear infections, asthma, breathing issues, SIDS, which is the sudden infant death syndrome. And the people who are most affected from secondhand smoking are women, children, older adults, people who live in urban areas, right, where there's already a lot of pollution and a lot of people. And those who have these health conditions already or at an increase of these health conditions. So we know the air quality. You know how to check out the air quality in your region by looking at those visual maps. You know what contributes to good and bad air quality. We discussed that and the factors, and we know, what smoking does and how it affects our health. So what can we do about it? How can you protect yourself from secondhand smoke or, just implementing measures for a smoke-free environment? Check your local air quality. And we did that in the beginning when we checked our visual maps. If you just do a quick Google, it's a simple Google search of, air quality health index, right? AQHI. In your region, the map will come up. So, keeping up to date with air quality trends in your area by referring to these maps is a great way to see if is it a good idea to go outside today with my kids? Should I stay indoors? So constantly checking on the air quality in your region. Definitely encouraging non-smoking habits, right? So if you have friends or family that smoke, staying away from them, encouraging them to stop smoking. If you're smoking, try to stop smoking yourself, right? To avoid all of those chemical compounds and carcinogens that you're putting in your body, and you're also exposing, your loved ones to these chemicals as well. Air quality monitoring in your area will help you understand when it's best to keep windows closed, to limit your time outdoors, how to protect yourself from dangers. And this includes man-made dangers, which is the smoking part. So, if your house is a smoke-free house and you have people come home over and, one of those people are a smoker, hey, can you please go smoke outside? This is a smoke-free zone. I have children. So really implementing these methods can help keep you and your family safe. Also, investing in an air purifier with an activated carbon filter. So, the activated carbon binds itself to a variety of pollutants, which is the ozone, benzene, all of these compounds that come from emissions and smoking, right? To ensure your air is clean. So, it purifies your air. It's also extremely effective at removing bad odors from your home and workplace, and this includes cigarette smoke. So, investing in an air purifier is also a very good idea as well. So, what about community, right? So, these are some ways that us as individuals can implement smoke-free environmental measures, but what about community participation? So, with community, we want to build capacity and we want to build collaborative efforts to address environmental health issues and further enhance comprehensive smoke-free laws, right? This could mean getting involved in community engaged research, advocating for public policy. And I can tell you, if you're an advocate or somebody who, is an environmental advocate, when you want to advocate for public policy, you have to back it up by research. So getting involved in community engaged research is a crucial step in order to advocate for public policy because, the politicians are going to be like, well, what are the numbers? So understanding your community and engaging in research and having a community advisory board and all that good stuff is very important to advocate for public policy for smoke-free environmental measures. And this, well, how do we get involved, Dr. Linda, with community engaged research? Well, you can collaborate with your local organizations or local nonprofits. You would be surprised how many local nonprofits in the area are doing what they are doing and what they are involved in. So, getting involved with these local nonprofits is also a great way to participate. Advocating for more green spaces, right? Using high efficiency filtration systems in buildings. So, I know most buildings have air purifiers, and I know that most workplaces have smoke-free. I think I'm hearing myself. There's an echo. Okay, great. That's much better. So yeah, advocating for more green spaces using high efficiency filtration systems. And I know that most workplaces already have that, so that's a good thing. Unfortunately for green spaces, not every neighborhood has that. So in low income neighborhoods, for example, there's a lot of green spaces that are missing. So advocating for those neighborhoods to have more green spaces for their community members, right? Having smoke-free zones, providing resources for people who want to quit smoking. So, it's smoking is an addiction. So having, supporting a friend or a family member who wants to quit smoking is a great way. You're helping them, you're helping yourself, and you're helping people around you. So it may not seem a lot to support somebody in that decision, but the outcome is very powerful. Definitely public education and raising awareness and seeking public support. So all of those are great ways to for community participation to implement smoke-free environmental measures. And then last but not least, advocacy. And we talked about advocacy a little bit, joining your local nonprofits, in order to encourage smoke-free policies in schools, workplaces, and sponsoring campaigns. So advocacy is more policy, public policy. And again, it would be getting involved with grassroots organizations, local nonprofits, campaigns, health fairs in your area, right? Gathering data and presenting that in an advisory board in your local public government, whatever there is that you need to do to advocate for um, smoke-free environmental measures. And this website is actually a great website to look into if anybody wants to, look into it. But it actually talks about, you know what, let me put it in here real quick so you all can see. You copy and paste. Okay. Here we go. So This is from the United States Environmental Protection Agency. And if you're in Canada, I'm sure there's a Canadian Environmental Protection Agency, right? But this is great for advocates to see how they could reduce exposure to environmental smoke. And it'll tell you how to sponsor a smoke-free home pledge campaign. How? It tells you how to sponsor a campaign. It tells you the benefits, the costs, more information. Then it tells you how to encourage these policies in schools and childcare settings. How? Benefits, costs, and more information, and how to encourage it in workplace. Again, how, benefits, costs, and information. So this is a great website, and it actually tells you how to do things. So if you're interested in advocacy and how to get involved, this would be the website to look at. Okay. So that is the end of my presentation. Thank you all for participating, and sorry about the technical stuff in the beginning, but I hope that, this answers a lot of your questions, and I hope that everybody learned something today. And if anybody has any questions, please let me know. Thank you.